All right. Listen, man, listen. Welcome to Black Dragon Sunday Biker Roundtable. And I got to tell you, it was really tough for me to do the show tonight. And the only reason I'm even on here tonight is because of y'all. Because I personally just have not been feeling it. So, oh man, I thank you, OG Weasel, for being here tonight. My guest, OG Weasel, everybody, welcome, OG Weasel. And Big Bone is not here tonight because his system went down. His internet went down 20 minutes before the show.
Oh God,
Had
jeez.
some sort of blackout or something there, man. So the the we just got you and me tonight.
It's
So
all good. Let's rock out.
we will rock out for a little bit. First thing I know everybody wants to know, first of all of your condolences and letters of well wishes, I am forwarding to my motorcycle club nation. And I can tell you that folks are going to, uh, um, folks are just so blown away by the love and support that you guys have shown us during this crisis. And my folks just cannot believe how many of you all there are out there that really support us and have sent us your well wishes and your love. So just, for my club and my club brothers and club sisters, we want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And thank you for your love, your support, your words of encouragement, your prayers, and of course for your donations. Just can't thank you enough. Um, and also for those of you who want to come to Slidell and help us see our brothers and sisters off, we do have some information on the service. Let me pull this up real quick. It will be, yeah, here it is. Let me pull that screen up real quick. OG Weasel, I'm going to put the screen on top of you for a minute. I apologize. Um, so this is the memorial service will be May 28th, 2022 at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. We will be laying to rest our president, Cuban. His name is Lyndon Lamar. Patricia is his wife. Patricia Lamar, her name was Irish. She was riding on his back seat. Melinda Shano, Fall Risk is what we called her. It will be at the Abundant Life Tabernacle at 1701 Franklin Avenue, New Orleans, Louisiana. And the Hotel Inn and Suites at 372 Voters Road will be our host hotel in Slidell, Louisiana. The number is 800 465 4329. 800 465 4329. And for my listening audience and for everyone, this also will be in the description and in the comment section, along with the GoFundMe information for any of you who would not mind donating to our brothers and sisters there. We well, let me just say this again. Memorial service May 28th, 2022, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll be laying to rest President Cuban and his wife Irish and Fall Risk, who was a sister of the cross and riding her motorcycle. And they all passed in their colors, riding the Black Sabbath way. And we're so proud to have known them. Cuban worked for 4 years to get this motorcycle club up and running, and he got to see his dream of getting, and really it was a dream. he got to see his dream of getting the Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club chapter up and running, and he got to for the 1 year anniversary was just like last month, I think, just a few weeks ago. So he got to see that, and his legacy lives on with his brothers and sisters. Abundant Life Tabernacle, 1701 Franklin Avenue, New Orleans, Louisiana. The Holiday Inn and Suites at 372 Voters Road, Slidell, Louisiana, is the host hotel. 800-465-4329. And so, for those of you who have other questions, I intend to tackle a lot of those questions, tomorrow. I really wasn't going to do a show tonight, but OG Weasel, damn man, and see y'all be, be getting all teared up and stuff. OG Weasel, I've known this man for so many years, and I told him, I just said, man, I don't have a show tonight. I just not feeling it. He goes, there's always a show, and
There's always a show.
he's been doing this All Bikers Radio. This guy's been doing this work for years and years. You guys just don't even know. So I'm very thankful. So for an update, I don't know if the person has been arrested yet or not. The last I heard was that there was enough information to confer charges, and I don't know if that's happened yet or not. I haven't talked with the Louisiana chapter in a couple of days. I wanted to give them a break, and so I do have Pink that's on. She's from the Louisiana chapter. She was also in the wreck and managed to survive. So I'm glad to see her on, and many of my Black Sabbath brothers and sisters that are on. My God, it makes me feel really good when I see my family on. I just really feel strong. But I don't know if he's been arrested yet or not. And an update on the people that survived. They are emotionally drained and recovering, and they I'm telling you, they are really blessed by your prayers and your support. And we got a long way to go to get them to recovery and get them to full support. I see you over there in the UK. Thank you, Graham Pearson, for your kind words. So what we're going to try to do on the show tonight is talk about a little something else. And, we'll have plenty of time next week. One thing I do want to ask, and I really want to stress this for the GoFundMe. If you guys could, if you, don't have, it's times are tough, but if you can just share this, if you could share this on your social media, it would really help us, help them to get on with their recovery. So that would absolutely be cool if you could. And I'm going to put that GoFundMe information up. I had some computer problems as well, and all the stuff I had up was not up. So what I'll put that up as soon as I get a moment, but I'll have that information up. And just, if you could just share this and share it everywhere, and share it and share it and share it and share it and share it, I would absolutely appreciate it. Okay, so that's I know people were wanting to hear that, so that's what we've got for that right now, and we'll move on to our show. OG Weasel, this is OG Weasel's show. He came up with this idea. I appreciate you, and I think it's a really a great one for a topic for people that are wanting to progress in their MC life, and that's what we want the show to be about. The Black Dragon Roundtable is talking about issues and things that are relevant in motorcycle clubs to make sure people have the best motorcycle club lives that they can. So, OG, this was your subject, so I'll let you introduce it, and we'll go from there. We'll get to talking.
Well, every show is just a discussion, bro. When you're talking about the lifestyle, you can't even like call it a show. It's just a discussion, because we could talk about this for a lifetime. But this is just one of those things, we were talking about, What is it that the community needs to hear, and the things that's in front of us, and that we really don't like. A lot of times we just, there's so much happening, we get caught up in the day to day and all the fast stuff, and things are happening that we don't even see. And one big disconnect that we have in the set is that everybody thinks everything is protocol, and it's not. It's everything is not wrapped around protocol. And a big part of this is your mental approach towards what we do. And I wanted to talk tonight. I just thought this was a decent topic, was about peer pressure. This is what's going to make or break you as a brother. This is what's going to make or break your club. It's going to have a lot of impacts on everything you do on the set. And a lot of us don't even think about that because we're so busy just moving. So it's kind of like sometimes you got to stop and put brakes on things and just reset it. And this peer pressure thing will have you doing everything that you don't do, all for the wrong reasons. I'm gonna give you a good example right now, right? I had last week, I had my gray beard and I was all nice and long hair and pulling on it and tugging on it. And I had to take care of some business. Yo, you can't always be sexy, bro. You can't always be sexy, but not for nothing, man. And I'm like, you know what? I hate to cut my beard, but I have some business to take care of. Some serious business that I had to look like a human civilian this time around. So, and I'm sitting there and I shaved it off, man. And like, you're gonna have the little putty face and the whole, that lip thing that we get when we shave our beards. And it's like, you know what? The next brother should be smart enough to realize he's still the same brother. So when you take those rings off and you take that hat off and everything else, like, I don't care about peer pressure because I'm gonna be the same dude. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. So I'm hoping that everybody else out there can say that same exact thing. You know what I'm saying, Dragon?
Absolutely. And peer pressure in the motorcycle club can really cause a bunch of stuff. And you have to, and it's not always the pressure that the peers and the MC put on you. Sometimes it's the pressure that you think that you have to bring this noise to the MC that we weren't even looking for. This is not even how we get down. I mean, that's how they got down in 1977 when we started. And here you come on that BS. And it's like, man, where did, but you've built up some sort of pressure in you that you have something that you've got to prove. And I just, I can't count the number of times I've seen these cats stick on these cuts. And that, motorcycle clubs and colors can be exactly like, and this is sad, can be exactly like being in a video game on a computer, because no one knows your name. They give you some name, and we take on these names, or they give us these names, and the name itself sometimes can just, some names we shouldn't give people, Fatal Attraction, Little Suicide. I mean,
Yeah,
some of these names I've heard from these cats, and my girl always laughs when this kind of stuff goes. That what the hell are these names? So the name itself can be terrifying to people, but worst, it can build this pressure in you that you have to some kind of way feel as though you have to satisfy this alter ego you've created, this comic strip character, this complete badass that it never existed anywhere in your life. Like, you're a bank teller over at Wells Fargo, and you wear Oxfords, but in the evening time you get this Mike Weasel rag on your head here, and these guys have the craziest motorcycle chains they'll wear, and then of course we all got to have this jewelry we wear, all these, and now you're out here acting in a way that puts the whole MC in a situation that we didn't have to be in before you arrived here on this gobbledygook.
Mm-hmm.
And
Absolutely.
I see it a lot of times when the diamond clubs, it's cool. Everybody's having a good time, and here comes old guy. And first of all, you got trouble because he's scowling at everybody. I'm like, bro, I know you. I work next to you over there. You don't be scowling like that over there. So That's one of the things I want to talk about with the pressure. It's not always necessarily the peer pressure, but your idea of the pressure of trying to be something in your MC that you think the MC is about that you're not. And so when you're doing that, you're that cat that always goes overboard.
I, I totally agree. I totally agree. What happens is that, a lot of times we don't realize and we don't remember how we came in the MC. I mean, I'm looking back with myself, 20, 25 years, 30 years ago, coming to the set and being around this, I just remember coming in a certain way, having a certain mindset. And my mindset has always been like, I don't give a frick what you think about me. This is just what I do. You know what I'm saying? I came here Weasel and I've been Weasel 30 years later, 30 plus years later, and still doing what I do. And just a good example of that, going to white parties. You'll have a white party and everybody's dressed up, white socks, white pants, white teeth, dirty white drawers, and I'll come in with the nastiest boots. And it's like, yo, this is who I am, man. I'm not a white pants dude. So no disrespect to nobody, but that's just who I am. So I don't have to feel that pressure to come out of character just to appease somebody else, man. It is what it is. But what I tell people is that the peer pressure is going to be the biggest challenge of your MC career. This is going to be something that you're going to experience every weekend, every time you walk up in that Harley store. And this goes so many different levels deeper. If we do a deep dive on this, man, we can talk about this all night, but we can really equate this to our mindset first and what type of peer pressure we're seeing. What I tell people is when you get in this lifestyle of ours and you start moving around and meeting bros and be it ones, 99s or 32s or any other number you want to add to this, you got to develop a FOH attitude. And when I say that, it's like when you start seeing things, you got to be able to say, yo, like, I don't do that. So like F out of here with that, man. Like for me, example, man, I'm around cats, everybody's smoking sticks and everything else and throwing up shots. We can easily fall into these little things that we don't do, and that becomes the new habit, and that can be your downfall. But the thing is, if I don't smoke, and I wasn't smoking before I came to this party, I ain't gonna leave this party smoking. It just is what it is, and it's just like, yo, OG, you want to stick? Nah, bro, I'm good. And brothers will respect you more so for keeping it 100. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit there and waste a $20 stick because I'm trying to blend in and do that one thing, and you won't see me smoke another one to the next party. It's just you got to be who you are, and you can't accept yourself for who you are in this lifestyle. Like you probably don't want to be here because it's only going to get worse. And if you think about that, this drag, let me tell you something, man. This is part of why we're seeing so many people riding these Harleys. This ain't because Harley's the ultimate bike. It's like, nah, my man got one, and I don't feel like I'm riding with the bros or whatever it is. And there you go, you making $13 an hour, but your bike payment is $17 an hour. You know what I'm saying? So it's disrespectful, bro. But this is what
You
we
mean your
experience.
girlfriend's bike payment or
Yo,
your wife's bike payment?
happening at a clubhouse near you, man. You know what it is. But it's just, you got to realize, man, this lifestyle and being on a set and everything, this is not a competition. This is a fun thing, man. This is where you're supposed to come and just wild out and do what we do as bikers, man. And it's like nobody cares. I tell everybody, man, nobody cares what I do. Nobody's thinking about me. If I'm not around doing something or whatever it is, it's like nobody cares, man. If you're just doing what you're doing, like that's what you're going to be known for. You're going to be known for if you a dude that likes to wear purple socks and that's what you do, and you feel like you got to wear black socks. Listen, you have just fallen victim to peer pressure.
So, I got to tell you that one of the greatest things about motorcycle clubs when I came in, especially my nation, was the fact that everybody knew who and what you were and accepted you as that. For instance, uh, I am a guy that does not drink, and I don't get high. I never have. It just, I was a person that ate and drank for taste, and beer and alcohol and liquor didn't taste good to me. My father was an alcoholic. I saw some of the stuff he was doing when I was a kid, and I made up my mind at an early age. That I don't want to act like that. I'm not going to drink. And then I can always remember when I was a kid, um, I about 11 years old is when everybody started smoking pot, and I didn't drink, and I always knew I wasn't going to be a drinker. So I was like, yeah, when people start smoking pot, and it was joints back then, and doobies and roach clips and things, and I just knew that just wasn't something I was ever going to do. And boy, they surrounded me. They called me names. I wasn't cool, and I didn't give a damn. So I was that uncool kid. Um, and then I joined the Navy, and everybody drank and all this kind of stuff. And my best friend decided he would get me drunk for my 25th birthday, and we were in Bergen, Norway, and the beers were $5 a piece. This was like 1986. Like, that was incredible money. I must have drank 15 beers. I never got drunk one time. It just didn't work. So later that same trip, however, all these guys wanted to hang out and everything, and there was some little old girl they found they was all talking to, and I was like, well, everybody can't talk to that girl. So I had like a little half a can of beer. I went to sleep, woke up to a new nickname, One Can, and they called me One Can forever on the submarine. So I joined the motorcycle club, One Can, this guy that doesn't drink. And it was kind of funny because this happened in the Navy as well. When my brothers realized who I was in the Navy, they wouldn't let me drink. It was like when somebody passed a drink, oh, he don't drink, and we don't want him to drink. He's already ignorant enough. We don't need this whole place torn down. We don't even know how he's going to act with a drink. And so when I joined the motorcycle club, the same kind of protection. Even today, I've been in the motorcycle club forever. One of my club brothers sees me with a beer in my hand. Now, I will drink a beer if like it's 100 degrees outside and there's nothing to drink, and somebody hands me a cold one. I'm probably going to drink about half of it. And my brothers will walk by and see a drink in my hand and walk by and stop and look at the beer and look at me in the eyes. What you doing, man? What's that? What's going on? What's happening here? And to me, it's the funniest kind of thing because it's the true acceptance of who I am. I'm not a person that drinks. My club brothers won't let me drink. They want to know what the hell I'm doing with a drink in my hand. And if somebody's passing the doobies around or something like that, no one is going to pass one my way. This is the true acceptance of a club. This is the true acceptance of a brotherhood. A brotherhood loves you for who you are and for what you bring. They love you for your abilities and your capabilities. When my club reaches out to me and says, hey, we need you to A, B, C, D, they're reaching out to me for my capabilities. No one's asking me to be tough. No one's asking me to beat up anybody. Nobody's asking me to do anything that I don't want to do. The other thing is, I have to realize who I am, what my limits are, what I can and can't do. Because one of the biggest things to do is roll up and try to be about something that you're not. Because when the hammer falls, then we'll know who you are. And that might not be good. Might not be good because we need you and we need to count on you. And now you're where you can't be and can't be counted on. What do you think, OG?
And I agree, bro. I mean, not for nothing, I mean, everybody wants to be that dude. I mean, we all want to stand out. We all want to feel special. You can't tell me that when you come on the scene that you don't feel like, yeah, when I pull up, the party's about to start. I mean, we all got a little testosterone going on, and females, what is it, estrogen? What do they have? Estrogen or whatever they have? I don't even know what they even have. Something. I'll give y'all some. I'll give y'all some of that too. Okay, y'all can grow what we got. It's all good. But the thing is, man, like when it comes to the lifestyle, man, sometimes you just got to be able to have the ability to walk away, or the ability to say, I don't do that, or and you can equate that to everything that we're doing, and this is why we have so many brothers just now, that come to the set and they on the 99 side and they get the Harley, and then, they just slowly change. And the thing is that change a natural progression? Because some brothers do grow up in this and they develop this newfound understanding of the set. So they grow within the culture while other brothers get a new as you said, character. They become part of this whole cartoon thing that's going on with some people, and it's a very weird place to be, man, because a lot of times that peer pressure will change you and you won't even see yourself. And that's the sad part. We got people walking around doing things, they don't see yourself. They don't see themselves. But you know what? If I knew you 5 years ago and I see you and all of a sudden you that dude, it's like it's a little suspect, man. It's a little suspect. So the thing is, we got to slow down. We got to slow down and really ask ourselves once again, why are you here and what are you doing? And the thing is, and you need to look at how you moving even more so. I look at myself, and I'm going to keep it 100. Back in the days, we were happy to get the sports bikes, and we had our little, back in the days, just the CB 750s, Ks and all that, and KZ 1000s and all that going back in the days. And and we were content with that. And over time, the Harleys were always there. And some of the brothers were blessed to have enough finances to get that. Then, we kind of slowly migrated onto these little custom metric bikes, and we were good with that. We were good with that. And somehow the Harley thing really spooled up about 20 years ago where I guess we got a pay increase or something, but we wanted more. So brothers started really jumping on these baggers, and doing what we doing with that. And it was like, they made you feel that if you wasn't riding, and this is not just 20 years ago, this is happening today. Jokers will make you feel like if you're not riding a Harley, you ain't riding. And they'll say that to you so much that you'll start to believe that. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm telling you I'm great 20 times, after that 18th time, you're gonna start thinking, well, maybe he really is great. I don't know. And that's what's happening with, even like I said, and that's the biggest thing that I'm seeing on the set right now, because it happened to me. I got to the point I was around the bros and everybody was stepping up and got those baggers. And here I am on a road star with, I even put the apes on it and I spent about maybe 20 G trying to trick it out to make it look like a Harley. And they let me know every time, nah, bro.
No.
Yo, nah, it's
No,
not a Harley.
that's not quite it.
Here I come with the struggle, man, with the $800, $900, $1,000, crazy Harley thing, Harley bike note, trying to keep up. And what was funny, I enjoyed my metric just as much as when I got that Harley. So it's like, you look at yourself sometimes and go, what did I just do, man? I got a Harley for what? And if you ask yourself right now today, even if you just got that first Harley, ask yourself, why did I get a Harley? Like, if you can't even have a real answer about why you got that Harley, then maybe you don't belong on it. I mean, some people do it because they're moving up.
OG? Oh, no.
To the next level, and we need to, do a self-assessment and think about, what, why do I need to feel validated from my peers? And like, who are they to judge me in the situation? So I mean, don't be a weak biker, don't be a weak brother, don't be a weak sister.
Right.
It just is what it is, man.
Something's taking over my computer. It happens. I'm sorry about that, but keep going, man. Keep going. The whole take over his computer thing is kind of sucks.
The thing is, the desire for acceptance is strong, and when you get around the bros and y'all out doing stuff, let me tell you something, man. Like, you'll find yourself even going to these locked door parties, if y'all know what that is. I don't know if brothers is even doing the locked doors. But you'll end up doing a lot of things that's just not you. Like, you should be, I don't know, as a biker, man, like, you should know that. You know what? Like, I'm looking really, what's the word? Like a rub out here, because I'm just putting on this costume and just falling into the persona. And then when somebody sees you in church on Sunday and you got your alligator shoes on and some see-through socks, then we know, you may be a different person. Or if that's that Tuesday and Saturday and you don't have that costume on and you're not having that same persona, it's just.
So here's the cool thing. In my club, the thing I find kind of funny is that more and more clubs, especially on the black set, are requiring Harleys to join. And a guy like me cracks up because where I came from, if you were a black dude, they wouldn't let you buy a Harley where we were. They would just be like, oh no, we're they're all sold out. It was ugly. And so I am not against somebody riding what they want to ride, but you're going to make this a requirement. And these were folks that wouldn't even let you ride. So you're telling me I'm required to buy a bike from some folks that didn't want to sell me one forever. Hey, do you, man? But to me, that's That's crazy. But I agree with you. I see that a lot. And in my club, what you get told is you're probably not going to keep that bike you got right there. Not necessarily you're going to have to get a Harley, but you're absolutely going to have to get something roadworthy because we ride hard and we ride big distances. So that 650 you got ain't fixing to cut it. Neither is that 750.
Yeah.
Neither is that 1100 you got. Your back's gonna be hurt and you're not gonna be able to roll. And it's kind of funny because just about everybody that comes in the club will have a new bike within about 6 to 8 months. It's just real funny. But everyone still knows that Black Dragon, I'm not going to say I'm not going to ride a Harley because absolutely, if you gave me one, I would absolutely ride it. And there's no telling, I've been on that Victory for so long. And that was something that the peer pressure, my club brothers were not going to ride behind my Goldwing with me as national president. And I caught it. I mean, it was like, bro, when you going to get a real motorcycle? Well, my Goldwing ain't breaking down on the highway like y'all's. My Goldwing ain't leaving me on the side of the road like y'all. But that was a peer pressure moment for me when they just insisted, we're not riding behind, you're the national president, we're not riding behind that metric, that big ass metric. So I got a American Steel Victory, right? So I was just, when you bring that up, I was just with the bros, and I was picking on their Harleys. I just want to play this for a minute, just so you guys will know I'm still going to be me. Check this out.
Somebody get in the bed of the truck. It's two.
One thing that never fails when you're on the road, especially with these raggedy ass Harley Davidsons that all my club brothers want to ride. I don't know why. Because my club brother can't even enjoy his vacation because he's got to work on these raggedy shit.
Hold on.
Whose motorcycle is this?
The Freezy's. Stator's going out.
The stator's going out of another raggedy ass hog. Hey, I bet you brought a toolkit, huh? Look at And all Harley owners know how to fix this shit. Look at that. Look at all these Harley hands. Look at that.
Take them off. I got to take it off.
You got to take this off?
Yeah, so I got to get under.
That's the other thing about a Harley.
The back, we lost the back nut.
For
the seat.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, that's
just ridiculous. These motherfuckers shake apart like that.
You gotta go in that bitch and get a damn coat hanger.
Did you say a coat hanger?
Yeah,
We're gonna put a Harley. We're gonna put a Harley together with a coat hanger.
Nope.
They do shit the hard way, don't lie.
This is ridiculous.
Let him do the shit.
You notice the Victory over there is running just fine. Hey, don't do that. Hey, don't do that. Don't tell my business out here. What are you doing?
Victory broke too, goddamn. He ain't got no brakes. You Flintstone that motherfucker now. Oh, he ain't got no brakes.
Oh, he put the seat down. Oh, you gonna tell on me out here?
You trying to dog out hard, man. Why don't you do that? I've never had an issue with my Yamaha yet.
There you go. The Yamahas don't have issues.
They just run.
Another Harley rider here. Yeah, man.
All right. That's classic, bro. That's classic.
They told on me, man. My bike was broken too.
Yeah, man. So let me ask you a question, bro. All right. So you said you got that gold wing and you had, I'm sure you have multiple bikes like most of us do. So let me ask you a question. When you get in the gold wing, how do you feel?
Oh man.
I'm gonna take this somewhere, but go ahead.
There's no better feel. I mean, that thing is made for the road, but I actually have really become, it's a 6-cylinder water cooled, master
jet
technological thing. But I gotta say that I do have a great time on that Victory. I really come to love it. and so I'm probably gonna do another V twin. I never thought I would, but I'll probably do another V twin. But anyway, where are you going?
But here's my question, bro. Does your mentality change when you get in that V twin? And this is part of these personas that we're talking about. So when you get in that V twin, do you tend to get a little bit more, you kind of smelling yourself a little bit, man. So it's kind of like,
And
do you go? I'm
don't
just
let me
saying.
put some pipes
But
on
my
it.
thing is this.
If I put some pipes on it, you won't even recognize. Is that Black Dragon? I'll probably be scowling at everybody. Yeah, it changes you.
It changes you, man. And this. My point is when you get in that club and you put that vest on, it changes you. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, you need to be smart enough to see that and to see what type of voice, to see what type of change it's bringing to you. And a lot of times you'll think it changes you to a point that you're ready for some things that you ain't ready for. And part of that may be you thinking that you're ready to come from that 99 side and walk up that ladder and get to that one side. Then when you get there, you can't climb back down that ladder. The respectful way, man. So the thing is, and this is just, it's so many different elements to this peer pressure thing, from the bikes to the clubs to the bros. And that same peer pressure, man, will have you caught up in these group conversations in the corners with your bros, and then you'll feel compelled to bash your president because two bros are talking about it, and here you go, that because they're talking about it, and then they're looking at you for that buy-in, and here you come with your 2 or 3 words, and before you know it, you saying stuff that you don't even really feel, and now you have officially started that divide within their club, just all over peer pressure, because one brother may be feeling a certain type of way and you was weak enough to let him suck you into that. So these are things that you need to just kind of look at. And it's good. Like, I like to assess what I'm doing, and that's why sometimes I just stop and I'm like, you know what, just chill. Like, what are you doing, man? Like you said, I got multiple bikes too. I can go in the shed and we can keep it real sexy, or we can pull at that going. I got a going in the corner too, man. But it's different. That's a different day, man. Y'all won't really see me on that. And part of that is like, I too, man, the peer pressure keeps me on the Harley in certain situations. So it's like, you know what? I'm going over here, man. I gotta,
I'm accepted now.
I gotta tell you, man. Let me tell you something, man. My man, 2 guns. All right. Chosen Few Nation. Me and that brother, man, we definitely been through it for a couple of years, right? 2 guns, 1%er. And he invited me down to the Sin City house in North Carolina. So I said, all right, bro, I want to come down, man. And the bro I was riding with, man, it was his first time out of state. And I was just in that mood, like, you know what, man? I don't feel like the whole Harley experience, man. So I pulled it out. I was ashamed of myself. I looked at the Road King with the 20s. I was like, nah, not today. Ultra Classic was sitting there, not today. And the Wing was sitting there smiling at me, man. And my big 6'6", 280-pound self jumped on that and rode down to the Chosen City house and pulled up. And Guns looked at me. And those bros, man, let me tell you something. They let me know what I was on. They let me know what I was on, but I was man enough and strong enough to say, you know what, let's go to the highway and talk about it. Yeah. So you got to know my point is, you got to know how to turn these things around and not even care what people think. Because once again, no matter what I pulled up on, I was still Weasel.
Yes.
So it didn't make no difference. So I was strong enough to realize that it's all good. I'll take that beat down today. But because I wanted that comfort on that particular trip, and I know I need to do that triple digits to get to where we was getting to down the road at one particular time and slide back up north, it didn't make a difference. You know what I'm saying? So,
hey, man, you got to talk the hardest noise. And the thing about it is, your motorcycle backs it up. There's nothing. The thing about being yourself is you can always back up you. When I pull up and I'm on a Gold Wing and a Harley rider start talking, or I'm on a Victory and a Harley rider start talking, and it's you say those things. Well, okay, well, let's get out on the highway then, or let's ride coast to coast and see who breaks down first. Because some of those things you say, those things are true, and the thing about being yourself is you can always back up you. And in my book, President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership, we talk a little bit about wartime in the MC. And I interviewed some guys that were or actually quoted some guys that had actually been to war in Kosovo and places like that. And one guy talked about um, a guy who um, went into war with them, and uh, they all went and they fought and they did all this killing and everything, and then they all came back to the camp, and this guy shows up to the camp a little late. Everybody thought he was dead, and they were like, "Hey man, we're so glad to see you," because we had hell over there, and we thought, nope, the folks that didn't come back were dead. And he goes, "Well, no, what happened was I hid out, and then you guys went fighting and everything. I ducked behind some stuff. I hid out, and then I ran, and then I ran so far. I ran into the next Providence. I ran into the next city. I ran off the complete battlefield, and nobody saw me at all. I was completely gone." And the guy says, "Well, what are you doing back here?" And he said, "Well, I couldn't leave you guys. I couldn't depart you guys. I couldn't not be part of you guys. I had to come back. And I'm not a coward. Maybe I am a coward. I just, I'm not a fighter like that." And they looked at the guy and they realized, okay, and it's just like in Saving Private Ryan, that one guy that was not the guy who couldn't really fight, and they always gave him other stuff to do. This was a guy they gave other stuff to do. He was there to be with them. He just was not that cat that we're going to take into the battle with him. But what he was he was honest. And that's why they didn't kill him. That's why they didn't put him up on charges and shoot him and all that stuff that you do to war criminals, because he came back. He was real. He was who he was. And so they found other ways to use him. It always reminds me of that one guy who was a Seventh-day Adventist, that was the Marine guy that went to war and refused to carry a gun, but saved all those lives. I actually happened to know a black man who did the very same thing, who was part of my life, and he was a war hero, 7-day Adventist who wouldn't carry a gun. So, but all the lives that he saved on the battlefield, all the people, all the running into battle and pulling people out. So being yourself doesn't mean that you're particularly the killer. Maybe you're the doc. You're both in the same situation. You're both experiencing the same stuff, but you are who and what you are. That's different than the guy who swears he's the killer, and then you get there where you need him, and the next thing you know, he's gone and you're standing there by yourself. That's the guy that you're going to kill. So being yourself is important.
I like what you just said about that, bro. Because the thing is, like I said, everybody in the club has a position. Be it you know it or not. Like you said, everybody can't be a killer. Some dudes is good with money, and that's why you know that one dude in your club. That's why he's the treasurer, because you can trust that brother. And in the meantime, Raheem down the street, he didn't pay his rent in 2 months. You know what? He's not suited for that. And the thing is, what we have to learn how to do is that you just simply have to learn how to combat that peer pressure. And one thing that I'm seeing these days, which is very common, is that a lot of bros that were in the 99s that slid up to the ones who left the other brothers behind, they're talking to their brothers now that's back down on the one side, on the 99 side. And, and I talk to a lot of people, and what I'm hearing is, like, in conversations, like, they make them feel that now you're not emceeing if you're not over here. You get what I'm saying? Just because you were able to go through the motions and you moved up to the big leagues, and we still down here or whatever, doing the 99 stuff. You was just there 2 weeks ago, and now you're trying to make me feel that I'm not doing nothing unless I come home over to the one side. And there you go. Once again, a different type of peer pressure, making you feel like you're not doing nothing biker related until you come over here. So it's things like that you got to be smart enough to see. We know this is all common knowledge, but the thing is, sometimes you just got to hear certain things said and validated from other people. We can preach this over and over and over, and you can still not see it for its true face value.
One thing you have to know, I've heard it quoted from the Bible. I didn't actually read this, but I've heard it quoted, above all, to thine own self be true. And above all, you have to look, because I think I'm on the best side there is. Now you can think whatever you think about your side. I know guys in RCs, because like if you talk to protecting battered women RC, they think that they're in the best place they could ever be. They don't want to be an MC. They never will want to be an MC because from where they are, they can do the most work for their cause, which is protecting battered women. So I believe that whatever you're doing, if you are the most proud of it that you can be, and you're pushing it to the level, you're in nirvana, you're in heaven, you're doing your thing. But it comes from and one of the bros on here said, I think it was Shadow that says that people that fall to peer pressure are often insecure people, but we're all insecure people. It just depends on the situation and what you're insecure about. For instance, I feel like I'm a pretty secure person, but my bros kept giving me so much hell about riding that Goldwing, that metric, that eventually I caved into that pressure and got myself a victory. So I think I'm a pretty secure person, but there are things that you can be insecure about. And you can be an alpha male and do some beta shit. So nobody is all impervious. You're not a wall. You have things that make you good or bad or whatever the case may be. When I realized that, okay, you're going to go and get some American Steel. So the next question was, well, what's the best out there in the market for me? And I was able to get something that I really liked, that operated damn near like a Goldwing, which was that Victory Vision that looks like a spaceship, and everybody looks at it like, what in the hell are you riding? That looks like a locust humping on a grasshopper. It's crazy, but I love it. I mean, it looks like a big old Vespa, but I love it. So I don't know. You have to be strong in who you are, and even when you have to compromise, even when you feel insecure, even when something gets the better of you, you try to make the very best you can of it. But above all, to thine own self be true.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Because it will get you kills. And let me tell you, I will equate that to myself. Everybody knows me up north is that, we can do 1,000 miles a day, all day, every day. But if you take me above a certain speed limit, I'm just not that dude, man. We can rock out all day, and I'll tell you over and over. And the nation would get on me, yo, man, we're not gonna rock out. All right. And as soon as they got in the highway, you know how the bros get. When the bros get it and they peg the peg and they rolling down the road and they getting down the road and they get it in. I was like, you know what? Deuces, man. And they would get to where they're getting to, and they pull over on the side of the highway about 30 miles down, and here I come. Arms up, and it's like, you know what? What's wrong with your bike, Weasel? Nothing, bro. Nothing. But you knew the point was being made that I'm not doing it. And especially when it comes to things like speeding and everything else, man, we got clubs. I can guarantee you right now, there's somebody on this show that's riding beyond their skill set because they don't want to be that person that's talked about that can't ride for it. It's not the fact that you can't ride, you just ride different. It's not the fact that probably that you don't MC, maybe you just MC different. Like I said, we all have the way that we do things. And if that's your way, man, like it is what it is. Like, do what you do and not what you think is expected of you to do. So if you're smart enough to do that, 20, 30 years later, you're still going to be here to talk about it.
We call that ride your ride.
Yeah.
And I always remember when I was young in the Sabbath, I had a Gixxer 1000, which was Black Sabbath yellow. And we'd ride through the mountains, man, and kill it, knee dragging the whole 9 yards up in on Mount Palomar and coming down into the Palm Springs desert. It was just amazing. And we would have this rule, like if you go up Mount Palomar, it was like, I don't know, 7 miles up to the top, something like that. And it had the tight side going up, which was increasing distal radial turns, and you just back and forth from one knee to the next. And then coming down, we had the loose side, which was just winding roads down to the desert floor where you could just do 200 miles an hour and just absolutely kill it. But we'd have a rule like, bro, ride your ride. You're not keeping up with anybody. We'll get up to a point and we'll stop. We'll wait for everybody to catch up. Then we'll roll again. And I'll never forget, we had that one guy who did not have the skill to ride up front with the big dogs. And we were all coming around this one huge, like just banking 180-mile-an-hour curve. You're just banking. And old bro couldn't countersteer or whatever his issue was. And poof, off the side he went, flew through the air and embedded himself on a tree, like reversed like a jackknife, and broke his back. He died instantly. And 5 cats looking at him all wrecked their motorcycles, watching him die. And I'll never forget, we had been telling that guy all day long, you don't have the skill to ride with the big dogs up front. Bro, just slow down and ride your ride. Ride your ride. Ride your own ride.
Do me a favor, Dragon. Do me a favor real quick. You stop before you even change that topic. I want you to read the comment from Dazed and Confused. And I applaud that brother for acknowledging where he was at in the situation.
Let's see here. Dazed and Confused. Get back to him. That's not him. Which one? I'm for damn sure. I for damn sure was this guy. Let me find it so I can put it up. Up here. Bring it up to the front. Here we go. I for damn sure was the guy riding outside of my ability. I ended up leaving that club because riding with them wasn't even fun. It was too much work. Yeah, that's deep. That's deep, and
Real
it's
talk.
Real talk, and it's real smart. And I want to play you guys something here that happened to me the other night when I was coming home after we had the situation when we were we found out our brothers and sisters had perished, and I was coming home and I was by myself and I was scared. I was scared to ride, Weasel. I was terrified to ride. And all day long, I was terrified. Plus my lights had gone out, and I was trying to ride with the big trucks and everything. And so this is something that I did. And I'll just play this real quick. So I'm just going to pull it over. Typically I would just ride all night, but I just don't have my head in the game. I'm apprehensive about every move, apprehensive about leaning into the corners, scared of the rain, scared of the water on the road, scared to lean, scared to pass. I'm nervous in the corners. I feel like I just started riding yesterday. I've just never been this pensive before. I don't know what the hell it is, man. That thing earlier today. I'm surprised that I can even eat. Every time I see that pelvis on the ground, it just made me apprehensive on the bike. You can't be apprehensive on a bike. It's the best way to bust your ass wide open. Plus, my headlights ain't working really well. Intermittent stuff. I took my bike to the shop and they said they fixed it, and they didn't. And then, of course, my master cylinder, I believe, is out in my back brakes. They said they fixed that too. So I don't really have any back brakes, and I've got this my brights and my lower light bulbs are out, and all I have on a Victory, they give you like this backup light, and it's a badass light, obviously, but it doesn't fill in the ground. It just shoots way ahead, so you can't see what's on the ground in front of you, but you can see a million miles ahead of you. You just got to remember what's on the ground. Plus, they're running big speeds on 40 tonight. I mean, everybody's doing 100 miles an hour. So, hell, even the 18 wheelers are doing 95. So, you got to run, and there's rain and stuff. All these excuses. Just gonna call it a night. I and get my shit together for tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah. So been riding all my life, and I was having issues with the bike. I was having issues with the lights. The brakes weren't working, and for that particular night, everybody from Little Rock to Memphis wanted to do 100 miles an hour. I was trying to follow behind somebody in like a Corsica or something, an escort, and the escort was doing 115. I was like, "Well, Lord Jesus!" 18 wheelers were passing me, shoom, 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 and it was raining all over the place. And bro, I just said, I quit, and I just want to. I was scared. I was terrified. Every time I would lean into a corner, I would come back out. I kept feeling like the motorcycle was going to slip, you know. And you can't, if you start to lean in the corner and you get scared and you're still going too fast. Now you're gonna blow that corner, that curve. And I kept blowing the curves and trying to slow down, no back brakes. It was just ridiculous. But typically something like that, wouldn't bother me. I just lean into it and ski or whatever the case may be. And so here was the peer pressure. Now I'll tell you the peer pressure. Here's the peer pressure. Black Sabbath ride all night. Black Sabbath do 1,000 miles a day. You don't want to be called the Black Turtle, do you? One time it took me a long time to get home, and some of the brothers started calling me Turtle, and that just really got under my skin. I didn't want to be called Turtle. So here's the peer pressure. You're thinking, man, you don't want to be called Turtle. You don't want to be called old. You don't want folks thinking that you're too old to ride. You don't want the club to think you don't want people to think, you don't think what others think about you can make you drive yourself to kill yourself. And you have to be like, I don't give a damn what somebody thinks, what they say. I ain't with it tonight. And I'll never forget watching that guy ride off the side of the highway, because he was probably thinking that we thought he wasn't a good rider, and he wasn't good enough to do what he was doing. And that night, I wasn't a good rider. Listen, man, I went to sleep, woke up, and rode that sucker home, and like I had no worries. I was doing my normal, triple digits, hanging out, darting in and out, doing all kinds of stuff. I just needed to get off the bike that night. But the peer pressure in my mind of what I thought others might think could have been enough to kill myself. So you got to ride your ride, be be who you are at all times. In the MC, you got to fight the pressure that this lifestyle can put on you, especially when you're on them two wheels.
And the key thing you said, if your head is not in the game, you shouldn't be doing it. And that you can equate that to riding, you can equate that to your club, you can equate that to drinking, getting that Harley. If your head is not into that, like, why are you even doing it, man? Why are you even doing it? Like I said, it's a lot of times you do stuff, you don't even see yourself even doing it. So be smart enough to get out of your own skin. Sometimes look at yourself.
Here's a guy here. Holiday said, talking about peer pressure within the MC, I hung around with one that they didn't ride hardly at all. When they finally got on their bikes, they were triple digits. I refused, and we parted ways. He was probably riding with a club that could not ride well in the pack. They hardly ride at all, and now they want to get together and everybody, blowing out the red lights and stuff. And you're like, wait a minute, you guys don't even know how to ride. No, stop it, quit. I'm not doing it. Yeah, I've seen that, man. I've seen that. Hey, listen, we're about at an hour here. You got any final thoughts?
Just maintain that FOH attitude when dudes is trying to pull you out of your box. I call it being in the box. When somebody's trying to pull you out your box and you know it's out of your box, that FOH attitude will save you in so many different ways that you don't even know it. So create your own rules.
FOH, what does FOH stand for?
It's the fuck out of here. Fuck out of here attitude.
You left the G out.
Oh fuck! I said,
GTFOH.
yeah, nah, I'll be from up north, so I said, "Fuck." You didn't even hear it, right? You didn't hear the accent, man. It's like, "Fuck."
Get
good.
the-
Yeah, you know what it is, man.
Get the F out of here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, bro. Listen, Weasel, thank you for being on tonight.
It's all good, bro.
Helping me get through the show. I'm so glad. I'm so thankful to have you, brother, man, for all these years. Thankful.
All for the community, man. It's
Glad
love.
that you came on board with us here, and we'll be doing some great shows coming up in the rest of the year. I know you got to get out of here. You said you had to run, and I appreciate you for hanging it as long as you have. Thanks,
Respect,
man.
bro. Respect.
Good night. Respect. So listen here. Be you. In all things, be you. Be who you are. Know your limits. Know who you are. Learn who you are. Look in the mirror. Ask yourself, am I down with what's going on? It's okay to start out one way and say, nah, that ain't me. I remember the movie Boys in the Hood. Remember when they were going to go get revenge? And the one guy's riding in the car and he finally said, hey, I've been thinking about this and I'm getting ready to ruin my entire life. I need you to pull this thing over and let me out. And, everybody was like, let you out? Yeah, let me out. I'm not fixing to go murder up some folks, bro. That ain't me. That's not me. And if you'll remember the next day, one of the lead characters, Ice Cube, came over and said, hey, man, I'm not even mad at you for that. We knew that wasn't you when we had you in the car. You didn't surprise anybody. This wasn't a surprise. We knew that person wasn't you. Within 2 weeks, the character Ice Cube played was dead. And the other guy went on to have a successful life. The idea of you being you has been a hard idea for the ages, for people to come to grips with. Who am I? I think, therefore I am, said, I believe, Rene Descartes. And it means that it is you inside you that makes you who you are. And it is easy to become the comic book character, Black Dragon, who is this person. But is that who he really is? Are you really Suicide Kelly? Are you really Five Fingers Bandit Joe? Are you really Oklahoma City Kid? Are you really Left Eye Pirate? I mean, in some aspects you are. But how does that counter from who you really are? Now, some of you are one and the same. And those are people that fairly have a grasp on who they are. And many of us are working to find out who that is. And the motorcycle club and the pressures that come behind it can easily sway you into a narrative that ain't true. And you find out when you're screaming for your mommy because you've done something crazy and you're where you're not supposed to be. Chill out, man. Everybody's mad. Everybody's upset. Gas prices are high. Food is high. There's a global pandemic, and now we got monkeypox. Lord have mercy. Everybody's on edge. Calm down. Don't be getting in a fight on the highway with some dude. We did a report 2 days ago about some dude who cut a dude off, and he chases him down on his motorcycle. The guy gets out of the car and pulls a knife, and he pulls a gun. This is just cascading events. And, having those colors on your back can make you feel like you're 10 feet tall, but those colors are not shields. Like when a guy starts shooting, you can turn around and then that shield just like stops the bullets. It doesn't happen that way. Some of you guys I see are just really like, you never carried a gun before. You joined the motorcycle club, and now you got a gun in every pocket with ammunition to go with it and a bulletproof vest. Like, what the hell? You're a 99%er. What the hell are you doing? I've never seen so many guys carry knives and boot guns and all this whole kind of stuff, and you ain't fixing to bust a grape. Who are you kidding? You got to go to work in the morning. You got a family to feed. Stop it. Take some time to understand that a lot of the peer pressure is the pressure you're putting on you. But also, if it's coming from the club, it's okay to look at someone in the eyes and say, no, that ain't me. I don't drink, so don't hand me a beer. I don't ride like that, so I ain't fixing to ride with y'all like that. And y'all don't even hardly ride no way. So now we're riding like crazy, and we haven't even practiced riding. Stuff like that. Stay alert. Stay alive. Don't drink and ride. Listen, once again, Lissa Lay has published the GoFundMe link here. I'd appreciate it if you guys would go there and share our link all over the place. The GoFundMe is named Black Sabbath MC North Shore Chapter Fundraiser. So you can go to GoFundMe and find it like that. Black Sabbath MC. I'm sure if you type any of that, the rest will come up. But Black Sabbath MC North Shore Chapter Fundraiser. And this also is the tiny URL for the GoFundMe, https://GoFund.me. That's a period, not DOT. GoFund, for my listening audience, it's GoFund period me /9 Charlie Bravo 4 Delta 464. So https://GoFund period me /9 Charlie Bravo 4 Delta 464. All right. Appreciate that, y'all. So that's the round table. I'm sure we'll see Big Bone next week and some more guests. We're bringing on some more folks for the round table and some more categories of folks, and we'll have our big panel back again probably starting next week as we start to build up folks. If you want to be on the round table, send me an email, blackdragon@blacksabbathmc.com. We will be in Slidell next this coming weekend, which will be Saturday, May the 28th, and that will be to see our family members away. The memorial service will be May 28th, 2022, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. We will be laying to rest President Cuban, Leonard Lamar, Patricia Lamar, his wife, whom we know as Irish, and Sister of the Cross, Melinda Shano, also known as Fall Risk. at the Abundant Life Tabernacle, 1701 Franklin Avenue, New Orleans, Louisiana. The guest hotel is the Holiday Inn and Suites, 372 Voters Road, Slidell, Louisiana, 800-465-4329. So if you want to come and hang out with the Black Sabbath and show respect to our fallen brothers and sisters, you will be welcome, and we will absolutely appreciate you for being there. All righty? All right. Well, that's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comments section below. Look in the description and in our comment section for links to the GoFundMe. Please share that everywhere you can think to share it. And love you all. Thank you for your well wishes. Thank you for everything. Thank you for being loyal listeners. Thank you for being friends. For all those people that came up and shook my hand at the Black Wall Street in Tulsa, I had no idea that there were so many of you. And literally 1,000 people shook my hand last weekend, and it was just amazing. Thank you so much for all of you. God bless you, and have a good night. And get skinny, of course. Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book. Okay, here. Let's check this out real quick. You know, I've been talking about my hero soap. I wanted to show you guys. Here's my empty bag of my hero soap. I actually use this stuff. I'm going to do a commercial with me in the shower. You guys will like that, won't you? Won't you guys like seeing me in the shower? I'm going to have a model with me. Some sort of maybe 2 or 3 models around me. I don't know if you guys remember the commercials that used to have Joe Namath in them. Great balls of comfort with Noxzema. You remember those commercials? Are you guys old enough for that? Where he had these models around and he's in the shower and he's got this Noxzema cream. Yeah, so I'm going to do me some, you guys want to see me naked, right? So anyway, this Hero Soap Company, I use this stuff. They sent it to me. I used it, and it's awesome stuff. And what I like about it, and, I'll just be kind of cool with this, is that it's manly. It smells good. They got all kinds of soaps. They've got lavender and all these kind of manly smells. Peppermint tea tree, peppermint cool, spearmint. The woods. They have body washes now, which is new for them. They didn't have the body washes when they first contacted me, but they got them now. What I like about these folks is that they give a percentage of their sales back to charities that are focused on helping veterans and first responders. So that's, they say, we want to thank you for helping us support our veterans. So if you, and first responders, so if you buy some of this soap, they're going to send, you can get a subscription. That's the other thing. You can get a soap subscription, like you can get a razor blade subscription. And if you buy their soap, a few things happen. One, you get some soap to wash your ass. They get some money that part of it they're going to give to veterans and first responders. And if you use the discount code Black Dragon, which is what we're hoping you use, they will give a percentage to us as well, which keeps the show supported. So good on them, good on you, good on us. And of course, you guys know I love these rings. My sister accused me of having demonic rings. How How you gonna accuse me? She told me she was terrified of my rings, and she said each ring was more demonic than the one that I would previously put on. Each one was more terrifying than the previous one. And I don't understand how she could say that about my rings. My rings are cool. You know, you gotta have some cool rings if you're these are my rings, man. So if you like rings, like I like rings, biker rings, you can go here to Gothic Rings, gthic.com. Just like with the soap company, if you use your discount code of Black Dragon, you get you a very cool discount, 20% in this case. I like the Medusa ring, man. They got some very cool rings here. They got Masonic rings, So use these folks. They got pewter and all kind of stuff, silver, actual silver in these rings, and they've got stainless steel rings. Man, their rings are the bomb. I like them. I wear them. So get you some. Get you some, man. Get you some.
You are fake news.
Black Dragon Biker News Network. Biker news you can trust.
Biker news you can trust. Biker news you can trust. Biker news you can trust.